Okay, so hello, Kris. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Today on Julie Mango TV, we are here with a visual artist and creator named Kristopher Streek, who hails from Barbados. So, before I get into all the questions I have for you, I want you to just tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, yeah, you basically said that, visual artist, well, photographer and videographer from Barbados. Uh, I I don't really specialize in anything per se. I kind of just shoot anything. I just like taking photos or taking imagery.
Mhm.
So landscapes, portraits, architecture, automotive. Really and truly, I kind of pride myself on being versatile. So yeah,
That's
that's
good.
me.
So, I see that a year ago you were actually in Toronto. So, right now I'm in Toronto. So, I want to know about your trip and how much you loved it here.
Oh, okay. Well, for me, traveling, I went to Toronto. It was basically like an escape, I would say, because usually when I go on vacation, I kind of prefer to travel outside of my country just so I can like totally
Mhm.
disconnect. So Toronto was that vacation for me, and like it was pretty much everything that I expected and more. I was so taken aback at how welcoming the city is to like creatives and how like I had like a lot of outreach there and I met a lot of people and a lot of great people I met in Toronto and it was a pretty good experience.
That's good. You were also here in the winter time.
Yeah.
So
That was
right
another
now
thing.
it's cold outside. How do
Yeah.
you deal with that? Because it's a lot different from Barbados.
Yeah. It wasn't too bad for me actually because in my younger years I used to I have a lot of family in New York so I kind of
Okay.
like I went almost every winter for Christmas. So it was something that I was basically used to. So, and I kind
Okay.
of prefer the winter over the summer. I can't take heat, funnily enough.
Okay, I can respect that. I can respect that. So what other places have you traveled to?
Okay, I've been to well New York. I said before. I've been to Utah on vacation as well. I've been to Guyana. I've been to Jamaica and St. Kitts and Nevis. St. Kitts and Nevis was different because it was a work trip.
Hmm.
So I wish I had more time there, but it was only a week. But I really enjoyed St. Kitts and Nevis.
Okay. So when everything opens back up eventually, what is on your list?
The list is very long. um, in terms of places I want to travel, I definitely want to go back to Toronto
Hmm.
and New York. I haven't been to New York since like 2016. Um, and then in terms of like more personal, like adventure type things, like places I really want to go is like Iceland and other places in Europe. I actually have never been to Europe, so I have a pretty long list of places that I want to go.
That's good. So you are more on the adventure side because I did see the photo of you diving.
Yeah.
So how was that experience?
Okay. Diving here in Barbados is actually it's very interesting in the sense that I didn't know that Barbados was like a prime dive site in the world, and I just happened to live here. And
Mhm.
there were some friends of mine that I went to high school with, and they work at a dive shop, and they told me, why don't you like, come down one day and just dive with the guys just for fun or whatever. So I initially was hesitant because I wasn't really sure exactly like what to expect. But then after the dive, it was like, this is amazing. I need to do it again. So then it was mentioned to me, my friend, like someone, like one of the dive instructors there, they teach courses in the PADI open water diving courses, basically beginner scuba certification. So I took on that course basically, and I just continued on diving and eventually earned my open water certification. So at the advanced classes now. But yeah, diving for me is different because on land photography is I don't want to say like easy for lack of a better word, but it's a different challenge where you're not only like concentrating on getting the shot, but it's like concentrating of keeping your buoyancy and all the different things involved in the water photography. So it's pretty much a good challenge that I enjoy.
That's good. That's really, really good. So, since we're talking about Barbados, as a visual creator in Barbados, how would you describe the climate for you? Like, what resources do you have? How's the work down there?
Okay. You would get mixed answers depending on who you ask, but here the market is very good once you network with the right people and you form relationships within the industry that you maintain maintain your position in the market in a sense. So
Mm-hmm.
like say it is difficult here no starting up if you obviously you don't know certain people and that kind of thing. So the most important thing that I tell people here usually is networking is key and word of mouth is very, very important. Even though it is very easy now in the digital age to get yourself out there, but even more so important is making relationships with people outside of social media because that's the biggest way to get your name into certain spaces or circles that people will mention your name and say, this guy is good for this type of photography or whatever. In terms of resources here, we kind of have it limited in terms of help and like outreach and that kind of things. We have the National Cultural Foundation here, which does a fairly decent job of giving out grants and stuff to artists here to perform certain projects or participate in certain events and stuff like that to, encourage artistic creation in the island.
Mm-hmm.
So there are a lot of different little things like film festivals or challenges and that kind of stuff that help the young creatives to kind of find their feet and show what they can do. So it can be difficult, yes, but there are ways to make it easier in a sense.
Okay, okay.